on this episode of The Slippery Slope, we have this screenshot from Kiwi Farms. Games Workshop's creator of the Warhammer IP have pissed off a lot of their fans, thanks to some early access videos of the upcoming 10th edition codex for the Adeptus Custodes. It has been revealed that Games Workshop is retconning in female custodians. Not only do they exist, but they have existed for 10,000 plus years. The official Warhammer X page is mass banning critics. Some of the longtime fans are threatening to walk away from the hobby, while most of Reddit is celebrating another Chud L. This is just another example of a company choosing to lose everything. Now, is Games Workshop going to close down because they put in female Adeptus Custodes? No, it's not. No, it's absolutely not going to at all. However, it's never just one change. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them gaslight you about that. Let's talk about Bud Light for a second. They put Dylan Mulvaney's face on a beer can, sent it to him so we could do all this promotional stuff. Afterwards, the stock price plummeted. If the stock price would have gone up just a few dollars, and if people would have just so happened to buy a few more cases of Bud Light that month, Dylan's face would be on every single Bud Light can. People saw this and said, fuck that, I'm never buying this again. Stock prices plummeted. And now look at them. Absolutely abysmal, and it all started because of one can. And like I said, this one little change to Warhammer 40k will not cripple the company. However, I don't believe this is the end of that. I believe they're going to keep making changes to the lore and retconning everything until we get some weird, distorted abomination of what 40k used to be. And now we have an Amazon Prime 40k TV show being made with Henry Cavill leading this show. Henry Cavill, true to the lore, cares about the product, and he's going to do this show exactly as the lore suggests. Wait a second, they just rewrote the lore. They just rewrote the history. So now is Henry Cavill going to have to abide by these new things? Because again, he's going to stay true to the lore. Well, you just changed the history. So now you have women in this group. You also have an all-female faction, don't you, in the Adeptus? Aren't the Adeptus Sororitas an all-female group? So the all-female factions, are you going to start including men in those factions? Is that how it works now? The Slippery Slope, that's what it is. It always starts with one. That's how it works. And we all know it, and we all see the writing on the wall. And more importantly, Games Workshop should realize this. You guys are 100% replaceable. If I want to buy Warhammer 40k stuff, you guys used to be the only place I can go to buy it. If I have a 3D printer, I could literally just make my own. I could mass produce whatever faction I want. And there are tons and tons of websites out there where I could spend a measly $5 and buy the files to print out your products that would cost me hundreds of dollars extra. And I could do it at home for a fraction of the price. So you have a company now that is already expendable, as it is. And now you're making changes that are only going to piss off your longtime fans. Let's be real about this. You're not bringing in the new modern audience for this game. As much as companies want to say, yes, we're making changes and bringing in new audience, it doesn't work. It doesn't work out, and you know it doesn't work out, because if it did, The Marvels would be the highest grossing movie of all time. Madam Web would have been the highest grossing movie of all time. You're making these things for people that are not watching or consuming your products. And they know that. So it makes me wonder, is there some kind of a BlackRock or a Vanguard or someone like that pulling the strings, investing mass loads of money, and controlling this company from the inside? I wouldn't be shocked. It's 2024. None of this shit shocks me today. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think Games Workshop is doing this on their own free will? Are they being controlled by it? And more importantly, what's the next change to come out of Warhammer? Because like I said, it's never just one. There's no way they said, okay, we're going to retcon this one thing. We're going to make this tiny little bit of itty bitty change, and then we're not going to fuck with anything else at all. We all know what's going to come next. We all see the writing on the wall. I mean, look at X-Men. Look at X-Men right now. Everyone's gay in that one. It ain't working. No one's buying Iceman and Hercules' relationship in mass droves. In fact, it's doing the opposite. It's actually closing down comic book places. Because now, Their bread and butter comics, their Marvel and DC, no one's buying them. And now you got Eric July, who is destroying mainstream comics with his own independent company. And it's thriving right now. So, when I see that Games Workshop is choosing to fail, a new creator is going to come out there, make a whole fantastic, rich lore of all these amazing factions, all these great worlds, and they're going to destroy Games Workshop. They're going to make a shit ton of miniatures, they're going to make a shit ton of books, they're going to make a TV show. It's so easy these days to do that. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that's going to be just one change? What's going to be the next change? Do you think the Warhammer TV show is going to be affected by this? Let me know what you think about it.